what's up? I just wanted to pop in with a quick random video that was a case in point of some different things I've been talking about on the channel lately. So like one thing is like on this channel I was saying like if you haven't lived with around like certain like dialects, like ways of saying things, it might not occur that you can say things one way. So like one example of that is like I did a video way back in this channel, back in the day of this channel, um, is it's which would be like not that long ago, like at the like late 24 when I began this, is something called a shibboleth. So that's a biblical reference from biblical times, where it would be like that's actually where our passwords come from on online, because a real password is actually called a shibboleth going back, and that's a word where it's like a password or a passphrase, where you would be traveling through certain areas. So like in the Bible, like there's actually some references in the Bible to where it would be. I've said on this channel that sometimes honesty and dishonesty can be arbitrary, and it can be reasoned as to does the ends justify the means or the means justify the ends. That's for all of us to determine. But sometimes, actually, like saying something one way or another can get us to into and out of a situation appropriately. Like I've done different business dealings lately where I've gotten killed and effed over right out of a lot, like a bigger thing, and then coming out of that, recovering from that, I yet needed to purchase or contract something much smaller but still very significant, and I got effed over just the same way, exactly the same way, almost to the letter. Like you would think it's the same damn person. You like it's actually Agent Smith hijacking everyone you're trying to do a deal with when you're trying to survive something. You might as well be calling up Agent Smith. But I would be more so straightforward and honest, like, yeah, man, I just came out some bullshit, man. So I'm glad I found you, man. I'll just see if you can help me out with some. So I just wanted to give you a little something if you could help me like with some training, because that's like what your website says you're about. Oh yeah, I got you, man. Just come tomorrow. Oh, just follow this. Just do these training materials that's on the website. Website's some bullshit. The website's a joke. Support for the website's a joke. But then I run up. I can't. Then the plane avoided my phone call. Go up to the spot. But what actually is the training materials to get like the clearance to do the training? Oh yeah, I got it for you, but you got to test within an hour. Then didn't pass the test by studying something hella serious in 1 hour. Oh yeah, but come back next week Wednesday. Come back next week Wednesday. Oh yeah, but see what had happened. Something happened to my dog, so I had to cancel the course. But come back next Thursday at 2, and don't come back without the authorization to train. But don't come no later than 2 with the authorization to train. But try to be here by 1:45. Show up at 1:40. 2 o'clock. They're already out there training. Like that must be the first. That must be the first round. So 2 o'clock. What's up with 2 o'clock? Oh no, cause see what happened. There was an event, so the training actually got changed to 12. Um, uh, oh, nobody told me about that. Oh no, cause see the other people they all got like the update that the class had got changed, but we thought we thought you were clairvoyant and you could read minds, so we thought you would just come here, or that you could sense the weather changing, so because the weather was fucked up that day, because I had run far out to like get some to get like some paperwork to go with this, and then as soon as that's far outlying area. And then on my way back, sure enough, a storm cloud was behind me, because that's actually the storm cloud that's been following me lately, because it figured out I was over there trying to figure out a way, so it materialized over there. You get some egregious shit going on bad enough, and it make the weather change. And then yeah, but we had thought you read minds that whole time. Damn, can I get a refund? What did you say? No, no, I was just saying because like I had like gave you money like to train me, and then like it didn't happen like 3 times in a row. So I thought like at a certain point like it might not be like the best bet for me, because like third time's a charm, or maybe third time's a damn, or third time's a curse if it's not working. So I was just like, when can I just like get a refund? Something like that. That's what I get a lot. So then um but but that's me more so being honest, like trying to be straightforward with people. But sometimes you actually would do better if you actually just like if you put some leverage on people, or you just if you play your hands a little bit closer, because no one can actually, you can't really tell someone what's the right way to play a card game, but just um but but also like live up to what comes out of a game. But um but yeah, man. But people do hell bogus, like being straightforward. So in biblical times, sometimes you actually had to pass stuff off like that's your wife, but you had to pass it off as your sister to get past some egregious, or maybe it's your sister, you had to pass it off to your wife to get past some egregious things, and that's not necessarily wrong. In the greatest sense, as the ends justifying the means, depending on how you appreciate that. Some people would say that wrong is wrong and dishonest is dishonest, but when you got life and death at stake, you can't really say you can't. It's yours to decide. But I was going with that is um um but a shibboleth is like, so when you'd be passing people at other times, they'd really need to test your allegiance to really know who you are and what you're about, because you could be espionage, so you could be betraying intelligence that would get their ass killed if they let you survive. Or just they really needed to know what you're about and who you're from and where you're from, because and sometimes you could conceal what you're about, but where you're from would actually would suggest what you're about. So, and there's certain words that you cannot really smoothly pronounce them, or you cannot fluently pronounce words if you're not, because you can't really do anything without practice. And you also need to hear things to practice. To get something right, you need to hear it enough, but you also need to practice it. So you can hear things said a lot, but you also have to practice it in real life and have real life experiences using that. And so thereby you couldn't pronounce certain things without having being familiar in employing them before. So that'd be like to pronunciation of a word, or just familiarity with a phrase or the meaning of something. That can all be like a shibboleth, a password, a passphrase, catchphrase. And some of them are like regional, like to this day. So you get people from the north, and you talk to them about yag bombs. Have someone from the north that you know really from the north pronounce yag bombs like the drink, and you can't fake that from the north. Or like from the south, like you have someone that would say like some people might say, I've even known people from the south that would say like tired, but I actually knew someone from the thick of the south that would say tired. And so that's so another thing that you have to be from a background to be familiar with that. But then another one would be like just like different ways of saying things. Like, so I was giving an example, and I was thinking of one tonight that's something that happened about this channel was talking about, is like you see, that's the type of shit. Show me what that's the type of shit to show me what I'm talking about. Or like but so I was saying like this thing that we're so in love with, like the internet apparatus. There's a picture. I went to like a job training way back in the day, and they would have like some like these posters in the clinic there, because they had a clinic, and that clinic was like having like a lot of people with some real health stuff come through there at a young age, because the training was like for people from like real life. And so there'd be people in the clinic with like real stuff going on, but then they had like these posters on the walls that could tell you a lot about life. And they had this one of like all these bears, and like they're all like following each other to jump off a cliff. And there's one bear that's like, is that really a good idea the picture was like, is that really a good idea to jump off the cliff? So it's like watching them like kind of like curiously, like as they're all jumping off the cliff. But that's about how in love we are with the internet apparatus, and we forget that it had been a military apparatus in the first place. So I do like streaming like anyone else, like for different stuff that's cool. And then randomly after, I was finding like a lot of cool stuff, like really cool stuff to like tonight. And then all of a sudden this thing popped up, and it's like what's your location, like agree to confirm your location. And that word location should sound treacherous to anyone, even however righteous you are, whatever going on in life, as it pertains to the internet apparatus, which privacy is our last protection, and privacy is also a joke in these times. So anything that is a breach of privacy whatsoever is hell of deadly, hell of serious. That's understood in healthcare. If you have any kind of role in healthcare, they take that HIPAA stuff seriously, because even like family members blasting your business about healthcare, that can have hella consequences as a breach of privacy. But so can any breach of privacy, including like location and whatnot. So it'd be like, so you shall not pass. You shall not pass. That happens with these damn platforms. It's like they confirm your location right now, and you shall not pass, because you can't get the damn thing off your screen. But that's no different than this internet apparatus, because this internet apparatus is a military apparatus, no less than like radio and like coordinates and whatnot. So what would a military apparatus be concerned with way back in the day when this stuff was getting around to be created, conceived? What's a motherfucking enemy's position? That is location. That's what a military would be concerned with. No different than this military apparatus of the internet that we're all in love with, as it's killing our ass. So that's just a little case in point to show me what I'm talking about.